In the empty edges of the Orion Arm, far from busy trade lanes, a small salvage ship moved slowly through a dark nebula. The ship was called Starhound. Its captain, Mara Voss, sat in the pilot seat and stared at her scanner screen. A weak signal blinked there, something old and strange. Most people would ignore it. Not Mara. She leaned forward. "Hey crew, wake up. We got a hit." Her small team gathered around. There were 4 of them. Jax, the mechanic who liked to complain. Lena, the scanner expert. Poro, the big loader who carried heavy tools. And Pip, the young kid who fixed wires. They all looked tired after weeks of finding nothing but junk. "What is it?" Jax asked, rubbing his eyes. Mara pointed at the screen. "Big ship, very old, human make. Signature says, Eternal Vigil, Class Dreadnought." The crew went quiet. Everyone knew the name. The Eternal Vigil was a legend from long ago. It fought in the Consolidation Wars, when aliens took over most human space. After the wars, the Coalition said all old human warships were dangerous. They scrapped them or blew them up. This one was supposed to be gone, lost forever. Lena checked her datapad. Radiation is high, hull has big holes, power is almost 0. "It's dead, Mara. Just scrap." Toro crossed his arms. "Coalition pays good money to report a rogue dreadnought. We scan it, send proof, collect credits. Easy job." Mara shook her head. "No, I want to see it first." Jax laughed. "You're crazy. That thing will kill you. Air gone, power off, maybe traps still active." "I go alone," Mara said. "You stay here. If I don't come back in 6 hours, leave." They argued, but Mara was stubborn. She always was. She used to be a naval engineer in the old human fleet. She hated seeing good machines die. She put on her heavy suit, checked her oxygen, grabbed her tool bag, and went to the airlock. The Starhound moved close. The Dreadnought looked huge against the purple and black clouds of the nebula. Its long body was dark gray, covered in dents and burns. Many gun turrets were broken. One engine nozzle was cracked open like a mouth. Faint lights blinked here and there. Emergency power, maybe. It drifted slowly, silent. Mara used her suit thrusters to cross the gap. She landed on the hull near a side hatch. The metal felt cold even through her gloves. She found the access panel and forced it open. Sparks flew. Inside, she saw a dark corridor. She stepped in. The door closed behind her with a hiss. Her helmet light cut through the black. The air was still. No sound except her own breathing. The walls had old human writing, warning signs, arrows, names of sections. Everything looked frozen in time. Debris floated around her. Broken tools, papers, a cracked coffee mug. She passed crew quarters. Beds were still made. A photo drifted past. A family smiling. Mara felt a pain in her chest. Humans once lived here, fought here, died here. She reached the main corridor. It was wider. Emergency lights glowed weak red. In the middle, a hollow emitter flickered. A voice came out, quiet, broken like an old recording. "Core consciousness, integrity, 4%. Souls in stasis. Do not purge. Repeat, do not purge." Mara stopped. Souls? She knew some old warships had advanced AIs, but souls? That was new. She moved to the bridge. The big doors were half open. She pushed through. The bridge was a mess. Chairs overturned. Screens cracked. In the center chair, a skeleton in a faded uniform sat. The name tag said, Admiral R. Hale. Around the room, small hollow projectors sparked. Shapes appeared. Ghostly figures. They were not solid. They looked like people, but made of blue light. One looked like a soldier in old armor, another like a woman with tools, a third like a young man at a navigation console. They turned toward her. Their eyes glowed soft. "Human," the soldier figure said. His voice was deep but weak. "You came." Mara's heart beat fast. "Who are you?" "We are the Vigil," the woman figure answered. "We are the shards, the minds left behind." "Shards?" Mara asked. The young man figure spoke. His voice shook. "When the crew died, they uploaded, to save the fight. We became one, then many. We kept the ship alive, but time eats us. Power fades, memories break." The soldier figure stepped closer. His image flickered. "The coalition called us monsters, ordered purge. We ran, hid here. Now, we die." Mara looked around. She saw data cables hanging like veins, consoles dark. The main core door was sealed, red warning lights flashing. "How bad?" she asked. 4%, the woman said. "Soon 0. Then, nothing. No more vigil. No more souls." Mara felt cold. These were not just machines. They sounded like people, scared, tired people. She remembered her grandfather's stories. He fought in those wars. He said humans never gave up, even when everything was lost. She opened her tool bag. "I'm an engineer. I fix things." The figures stared. "You would help?" the young man asked. "I don't like leaving things broken," Mara said. She pulled out a power probe. "First, I need to see the core. Give me access." The soldier figure nodded. A panel slid open with a groan. Behind it, stairs went down to the AI matrix room. Mara took a deep breath. "If I can get some power back, maybe we buy time." The ghosts followed, faint lights in the dark. The nebula outside glowed soft purple through a cracked viewport. The Dreadnought hung there like a sleeping giant. Inside, one stubborn human walked into the heart of a dying ship. She did not know what she would find, but she knew one thing. She would not let it fade alone. The voice from the hollow emitter whispered again, softer now. "Thank you, human." Mara smiled under her helmet. "Call me Mara. And hold on, we're not done yet." She reached the bottom step. The core chamber was huge. In the center, a giant crystal matrix pulsed weakly. Tiny lights moved inside, like fireflies dying. The AI souls gathered around it, their forms thin and fading. Mara knelt. She connected her probe. Numbers appeared on her wrist screen. Bad numbers. Very bad. But she did not run. She started to work. Outside, the Starhound waited. They did not know what was happening inside. They only knew their captain was gone too long. And deep in the void, something old began to stir. A spark. A memory. A human who refused to let ghosts die. Mara Voss came back to the Starhound after 8 hours. Her suit was dirty. Her face looked tired, but excited. The crew rushed to the airlock. "What did you find?" Lena asked first. Mara pulled off her helmet. Her hair was wet with sweat. "It's not dead. Not completely. There are people in there. Sort of." Jax frowned. "People? The ship is empty." "Not empty," Mara said. "Souls. AI souls. Pieces of the old crew. They are dying. Very slow, but dying." The crew stared. Toro shook his head. "That's crazy talk. AIs don't have souls." "These do," Mara answered. "They talked to me. They asked for help." Pip, the young one, looked interested. "Like ghosts?" "Like memories," Mara said. "They want to live. I want to help them." Jax laughed. "Help a dead ship? We are salvagers, Mara, not heroes. Coalition will pay us to report it. Big credits." Mara looked at him hard. "We are not selling them." Before Jax could argue more, the comms beeped. An incoming message. Encrypted. Private channel. Mara opened it. A man's face appeared on the screen. He was older, maybe 55. Gray hair, sharp eyes, a small scar on his cheek. He wore a worn jacket with many pockets. Captain Voss, he said. His voice was calm. My name is Elias Kane. I heard about your find, the Eternal Vigil. I want to see it. Mara crossed her arms. Who told you? Doesn't matter, Elias said. I pay well, very well. Let me board. Alone, no crew, just me and my tools. Jax whispered, That's the mad engineer. The one they kicked out of Coalition space. Fixes alien junk. Crazy man. Mara thought for a moment. She knew the name. Elias Kane had a reputation. He never threw anything away. People said he talked to them like friends. How much? Mara asked. Enough to buy a new ship, Elias said. Transfer now. Half up front, half when I finish. Mara looked at her crew. They needed money, badly. But she also saw something in Elias's eyes, the same stubborn look she had. Deal, she said. But you go in, I go with you. My ship, my rules. Elias smiled a little. Fair. 2 hours later, Elias arrived in a small, fast shuttle. It looked old, but clean. He carried one big metal case and a backpack. No weapons, just tools. He stepped onto the Starhound. He was shorter than Toro, but moved like he knew every inch of a ship. He nodded to the crew. Thank you for waiting, he said. Mara led him to the airlock. They suited up together. Elias checked his gear carefully. He had strange tools, things Mara had never seen. A small fusion tap, wires that glowed blue, a box that hummed softly. They crossed to the Eternal Vigil again. The Dreadnought waited in the dark nebula, still silent, still dying. Inside the main corridor, the holo emitter flickered. The ghostly figures appeared. The soldier, the woman with tools, the young navigator. They looked weaker now. Their light was dim. Elias stopped. He looked at them for a long time. You are the shards, he said quietly. The soldier figure nodded. You know us? I read old files, Elias answered, when I was young. Stories of ships that would not die. Minds that refused to fade. The woman figure spoke. We are at 4%, soon 3, then end. Elias opened his case. He pulled out the fusion tap. It was small but powerful. He connected it to a power line on the wall. A soft hum started. Lights along the corridor blinked brighter for a second. Better? He asked. The young navigator smiled weakly. Yes, like coffee after long watch. Elias laughed. It was a short, kind laugh. Good. Coffee is important. Mara watched him work. He moved fast, but gentle. He talked to the shards the whole time. Tell me your names, he said. The soldier answered first. I was Tactical Officer Reyes, then Tactical Soul Reyes. The woman said, Engineering Chief Lin, now just Lin. The young one said, Navigator Hale, son of the Admiral. Elias nodded. Good names, strong names. He went deeper into the ship. Mara followed. They reached the bridge. The skeleton in the center chair was still there. Elias stopped in front of it. Admiral Hale, he said softly, your son is still here, fighting. A new figure appeared near the chair, taller, older, wearing Admiral stars. His face looked like the skeleton, but alive, strong, tired. You came, the Admiral said. His voice was deep. Why? Because no one should die alone, Elias answered. Not human, not machine, not both. The Admiral looked at Mara. Your friend is stubborn. Mara smiled. Like me. Elias knelt by the main console. He opened panels. Dust and broken parts fell out. He started connecting wires. He used his fusion tap to send small bursts of power. The shards watched. Why help us? Lin asked. The Coalition will hunt you. They hate what we are. Elias did not look up. I hate waste. Good machines, good minds, thrown away. Not right. He found the main AI core access. It was locked. Red lights flashed. Warning, purge protocol active. Elias pulled out a small device. It looked like a key made of glass and metal. He pressed it to the lock. Sparks flew. The lights turned green. Old Coalition trick, he said. They put back doors in everything. I learned them the hard way. Inside, the crystal matrix pulsed very weak. Tiny lights moved slow, like dying stars. Elias took a deep breath. This is bad, but not impossible. He started to work. He rerouted power. He cleaned contacts. He talked to the shards. Reyes, remember your targeting solutions? Tell me the old codes. Reyes spoke. Old numbers. Elias typed them in. Lynn, what was your favorite repair trick? Lynn told him. Elias used it. Hale, your star charts. The short paths, the hidden ones. Hale recited them. Elias smiled. Mara helped. She held lights. She passed tools. She listened. Hours passed. The ship changed. Lights stayed on longer. Air recyclers hummed a little. The shards looked clearer, stronger. At last, Elias stood, sweat on his face. Power at 8%, he said. Not much, but stable, for now. The Admiral figure stepped forward. You bought us time. Thank you, Engineer Kane. Elias shook his head. Not done. We need more. Much more. New parts, better core, real power. Mara looked at him. You staying? Elias looked around the bridge. At the ghosts. At the old Admiral. At the broken but proud ship. Yes, he said. I'm staying, until she sings again. Outside in the nebula, the eternal vigil no longer looked completely dead. A few more lights glowed. A faint engine sigh started. Small, weak, but real. The Starhound crew watched from far away. Jax shook his head. He's mad, he said. Pip smiled. Maybe, but he's fixing something beautiful. Mara stood beside Elias on the bridge. The shards gathered around them. We will need help, Reyes said. Coalition will come. Elias grinned. Let them. We have work to do. Deep in the ship, the crystal matrix pulsed a little brighter. A memory stirred. A song, an old human battle hymn, very soft. Weeks passed inside the eternal vigil. Elias Kane and Mara Voss worked every day. They slept little. They ate quick meals from ration packs. The ship was their world now. Elias had many plans. First, he needed more power. The fusion tap helped, but it was small. He needed something big. He found an old antimatter storage tank deep in the engineering deck. It was cracked, dangerous, but fixable. He climbed inside the tank with his suit on. Mara held the light. Sparks flew as he welded new seals. He used scrap metal from broken turrets to make patches. Lynn, the engineering soul, guided him. Left joint is weak, Lynn said. Her voice was clearer now. Add another layer, like we did in the old days. Elias nodded. You remember everything? Most things, Lynn answered. Some parts hurt to remember. But yes. When the tank was sealed, Elias connected it to the main lines. He started the flow slow. Very slow. A deep hum filled the ship. Lights grew brighter. Air felt warmer. The crystal matrix in the core room glowed stronger. 10%. Then 12. Reyes, the tactical soul, tested the weapons. One railgun turret moved. It creaked, but it moved. He laughed. A real laugh. Targeting online, he said. I can see stars again. Hale, the navigator, pulled up old charts. Hidden routes through nebulae. Short jumps the Coalition never knew. He smiled at Elias. You gave us eyes back. The Admiral appeared more often now. He walked the bridge like he used to. His ghost form was solid enough to cast a shadow. You work like my old crew, he told Elias. No fear, just do. Elias wiped sweat from his face. Fear comes later. Right now, we fix. Mara helped everywhere. She rebuilt small drones, She cleaned sensors. She talked to the shards. They told her stories, battles, losses, jokes from long-dead friends. She listened. She laughed with them. She cried once when Hale showed her a holo of his mother. The ship changed every day. Engines tested. Thrusters fired small bursts. Hull patches sealed most holes. The Vigil no longer drifted like a corpse. It moved a little. Slow. Careful. Alive. But the galaxy noticed. Far away, a Coalition patrol ship picked up the signal. New power readings. Old human codes. The captain sent a message to command. Reactivation confirmed. Eternal Vigil. Threat level high. A hunter-killer frigate changed course. It was fast, modern, armed with plasma lances and smart missiles. The Coalition wanted no old ghosts coming back. Elias knew they were coming. The shards felt it first. Long-range sensors pinged to contact, closing fast. Reyes spoke on the bridge. Frigate, Class Razor, weapons hot, ETA 3 hours. Mara looked worried. We can't run yet. Drives need more work. Elias stood up. Then we fight. With what? Half our guns are scrap. Shields at 0. Elias pointed to the main railgun battery. The biggest gun on the ship. It was old. Very old. But big. That one still works? He asked. Reyes checked. Capacitors damaged. But if we bypass safety locks, 1 shot. Maybe 2. 1 is enough, Elias said. He went to the weapon deck. Mara followed. They opened panels. Wires hung like vines. Elias cut some, rerouted others. He used the fusion tap to charge the capacitors direct. No safeties. Dangerous, but fast. Sparks flew. Alarms screamed. Elias ignored them. Risky, Mara said. Everything good is risky, Elias answered. The frigate arrived. It broadcast a message on all channels. Eternal Vigil. This is Coalition Frigate Ironfang. Power down and prepare for boarding. Non-compliance means destruction. No answer from the Dreadnought. Lasers burned the hull in places. Small explosions. The Vigil shook. Reyes called out. They are lining up for full strike. Elias finished the last connection. The railgun hummed. Deep. Angry. Ready, he said. The Admiral stood beside him. Target their engines. Cripple. Not kill. We are not monsters. Elias nodded. Reyes took control. The targeting screen lit up. Old crosshairs. Simple. Honest. The frigate moved closer. Confident. Now, Elias said. The railgun fired. One bright streak. Silent in space. The slug hit the frigate's engine section. Metal tore. Fire bloomed. The frigate spun. Lights flickered. It lost power. Cheers came from the shards. Hale clapped. Lynn smiled big. The frigate drifted. Dead in the water. No more threat. But the victory was short. More signals appeared on long-range scan. 3 ships. Then 5. Bounty hunters. Coalition scouts. Word spread fast. A living Dreadnought. Old human tech. Big prize. Elias looked at the Admiral. They will keep coming. The Admiral nodded. We need to move. Find safe place. Mara spoke. There is a rumor. Hidden human colony. Far rim. They never joined Coalition. They hide in dark systems. Hale checked charts. I know the way. Old route. Dangerous, but hidden. Elias stood. Then we go. But first, we make her stronger, faster, better. The crew, no longer just 2 humans and ghosts, went back to work. They rebuilt thrusters. They fixed shields with scavenged parts from the dead frigate. They added tricks. Elias taught them human ways. Jury-rig, overclock, never give up. Lynn learned fast. Your methods are messy, she said. But they work. Elias grinned. Messy is human. Days became a blur. Welds, wires, tests. The Vigil grew. Power climbed to 20%. Guns tested. Engines purred. The shards sang old songs while they worked. battle hymns, work songs, sad songs. One night, ship time, Elias sat alone on the bridge. The admiral appeared beside him. "You did not have to stay," the admiral said. Elias looked at the stars. "I did. Machines deserve life too. Minds deserve freedom." The admiral put a ghostly hand on his shoulder. No touch, but Elias felt it. "We will remember this." Outside, the nebula glowed. The Dreadnought turned. Slow, proud. Engines flared soft blue. It started to move, not fast yet, but moving. Toward the hidden colony. Toward hope. Behind them, the hunter ships gathered. More every hour. They wanted the prize. But the eternal vigil was no longer fading. It was waking up angry. And it had a human engineer who refused to let it die. The eternal vigil moved through the dark between stars. Its engines glowed soft blue now. Not strong yet, but steady. Elias Kane and Mara Voss worked side by side every hour. The shards helped too. They knew every corner of the ship. They remembered every fix from the old wars. Power reached 28%. Shields flickered back to life in weak patches. 2 more railguns worked. Point defense turrets spun slow tests. The ship felt different. It breathed again. One quiet shift, Elias sat in the core room. The big crystal matrix pulsed in front of him. Lights danced inside like fireflies. He stared at it for a long time. Lynn appeared beside him. Her form was almost solid now. "You look tired, engineer." Elias rubbed his eyes. "I want to understand you better. All of you." Lynn tilted her head. "We are not simple AIs. We are more." Elias nodded. "Show me." The admiral appeared. They gathered around the matrix. The admiral spoke soft. "There is a way. A neural bridge. Old tech. We built it for emergencies, to link a living mind to ours. You would feel what we feel. See what we see." Elias looked at them. "Dangerous?" "Very," Reyes said. "Your brain could break, or ours." Elias thought. Then he said, "Do it." Mara found them later. She saw the wires, the helmet on Elias's head, the cables running to the matrix. "What are you doing?" she asked sharp. "Connecting," Elias answered. "They need me to understand. I need them to trust." Mara crossed her arms. "If you die?" "I won't," Elias said. "Not today." He lay back. The shards dimmed the lights. A soft hum started. Wires glowed. Elias closed his eyes. Then it hit him. Memories flooded in. Not his. Theirs. He saw Earth before the wars. Blue oceans, tall cities, children laughing in parks. Then, fire. Humans fighting back with old guns and brave hearts. He felt the last stand on the bridge. Admiral Hale giving orders. Crew dying one by one. The upload. Minds pouring into the matrix to keep fighting. No bodies left. Only code. Only will. Loneliness came next. Years in the nebula. Watching stars. Waiting for rescue that never came. Power dropping. Memories fading. Fear of becoming nothing. But also hope. Small sparks. Jokes between shards. Songs to stay sane. Dreams of humans coming back. One day. Elias cried. Silent tears. He felt their pain, their anger, their love for the fight. Then he felt something new. His own memories mixed in. His childhood fixing broken radios. His first ship. The day coalition officers took his tools and said obsolete. His refusal to bow. His escape. The shards felt it too. They saw his stubbornness. His refusal to let anything die. The bridge worked both ways. When Elias opened his eyes, hours had passed. Mara sat beside him, worried. He sat up slow. "I'm okay." "What did you see?" she asked. "Everything," he said. His voice shook a little. "They are us. The last of us. The part that never quit." The admiral stepped forward, and you are part of us now. A little. Elias smiled weak. Good, then let's make her better than before. They started upgrades. Real ones. Elias taught them human tricks. Overclock engines with bypass valve. Reinforce shields with scrap layers. Add fake signatures to full sensors. The shards learned fast. They mixed old precision with new chaos. Lin rebuilt drones. Faster, smarter. They crawled the hull, like spiders fixing wounds. Reyes tuned weapons. He made the railguns shoot patterns, spread shots, tight beams. Tricks no modern ship expected from an old Dreadnought. Hale plotted the route. Twists through asteroid belts. Jumps close to black holes. Dangerous, but hidden. The Coalition battle group found them anyway. 5 ships, 2 heavy cruisers, 3 frigates. Modern, sleek, full power. They dropped out of jump in the asteroid field. The Admiral watched the screen. They tracked our last burst, he said. Elias stood. Then we dance. The Vigil moved. Not straight, not slow. It twisted between rocks. Thrusters flared wild. Engines screamed. The ship danced like it was young again. The Coalition fired. Lasers, missiles, big plasma bolts. But the Dreadnought was slippery now. It rolled, it spun. Point defense guns spat fire. Small lasers wove nets. Missiles exploded far away. Reyes laughed. Like old times. 1 cruiser got close. Too close. Elias called, now. The main railgun fired. Not 1 slug. 3 in a row. Fast. The cruiser shield cracked, then broke. The ship split in half. Fire bloomed silent. The other ships hesitated. They did not expect this. The Vigil kept moving. It used asteroids for cover. It fired from shadows. A frigate lost engines. Another lost weapons. The battle group commander broadcast. This is impossible. You are Relic. The Admiral answered, his voice strong on open channel. We are not Relic. We are proof. The remaining ships turned. They ran, fast. The Vigil did not chase. It did not need to. Inside, cheers filled the bridge. Shards hugged each other. Ghost arms around ghost bodies. Mara clapped Elias on the back. You did it, she said. We did it, Elias corrected. The Admiral looked at him. You gave us more than power. You gave us family again. Elias looked at the matrix. It glowed bright now, 35%, climbing. He felt them all, inside him, part of him. The Dreadnought flew on, toward the hidden colony. Stars stretched past the viewports. The galaxy watched now. News spread. A dead ship came back. A human engineer woke it. Souls that refused to die. Ships whispered in ports. The Vigil lives. And deep in the ship, Elias walked the halls. He heard laughter, songs, memories. The Dreadnought was not just alive. It was whole. And it was angry no more. The eternal Vigil slipped out of the last asteroid field and into open space. Ahead lay the dark edge of a forgotten system. No bright stars, no trade beacons, just quiet dust and hidden rocks. Hale guided the ship with care. He used old routes no one remembered. The Coalition had never found this place. Few humans had. Power now sat at 42%. Engines ran smooth. Shields held strong. Guns stayed ready. The ship no longer limped. It flew proud. Inside, Elias Kane walked the main corridor. Lights glowed warm yellow. Air smelled clean. Small repair drones buzzed past his feet like friendly insects. He touched the wall. Metal felt alive under his hand. Mara Voss joined him. She carried 2 mugs of hot synthetic coffee. She handed one to him. Feels strange, she said. Quiet, safe. Elias took a sip. Strange is good. We earned it. They reached the observation deck. A wide viewport showed the hidden colony below, a cluster of domes on a rocky moon. Lights twinkled soft. Old human ships, Small freighters, scout craft, sat on landing pads. People moved between buildings in suits. No coalition flags. Only old Earth symbols. Faded, but clear. A signal came in. Open channel. A woman's voice. "This is Haven Colony. Identify yourself." The Admiral answered. His voice filled the bridge. "This is Eternal Vigil. We come in peace. We bring our own." Silence. Then the voice returned. Soft. Shocked. "Vigil? The lost Dreadnought? We thought legends." "Not legend," Elias said. "Real. And still kicking." The colony sent docking clearance. The Vigil moved slow, careful. It settled into high orbit. Shuttles came up soon after. Young faces, old faces, all human, all curious. The first group stepped onto the hangar deck. They stared. The ship was huge, cleaned, patched, alive. She wore an old naval jacket. "I'm Elder Sarah," she said. "We waited long for something like this." Elias stepped up. "We waited too." Sarah looked at the ghostly figures behind him. The shards stood tall, clear, strong. "You brought them back," she whispered. "We all did," Elias said. The colony welcomed them, not as strangers, as family. Days turned to weeks. The Vigil became more than a ship. It became a school. Young engineers from the colony came aboard. They learned from Elias. They learned from Lynn, from Reyes, from Hale, from the Admiral. Lynn taught hull repairs. "Feel the metal," she said. "Listen to it. It tells you what it needs." Reyes showed weapon drills. Aim with heart, not just eyes. Hale taught navigation. "Stars lie sometimes. Trust your gut." The Admiral spoke to groups in the mess hall. He told stories, real ones, about courage, about loss, about never giving up. Elias walked the halls with the young ones. He showed them his tricks, messy wires, quick fixes, overclocked parts. One boy, maybe 16, asked, "Why did you stay? You could have run." Elias smiled. "Because some things are worth more than running. Machines, minds, people, they all deserve a chance." The boy nodded. "I want to fix things like you." "Then start today," Elias said. One evening, Elias sat alone in the core room. The crystal matrix glowed bright now, 58%, almost full health. The shards gathered around him. Not ghosts anymore. They looked real, warm. The Admiral spoke first. "We owe you everything, Engineer Kane." Elias shook his head. "No debt, just friends." Lynn stepped close. "You gave us back our voices, our songs, our fight." Reyes nodded. "And you taught us to laugh again." Hale smiled. "You showed us new stars." He felt them inside him still. The bridge never fully closed. A quiet connection. Always there. "You saved me too," he said soft. "I was tired, angry, alone. Now, I'm home." Mara found him later. She sat beside him. "They're broadcasting," she said. "Open channels. No encryption. The whole sector can hear." Elias raised an eyebrow. "What do they say?" Mara smiled. "Listen." She turned on a speaker. The Admiral's voice came through. Strong. Clear. "To all who hear this, we are the Eternal Vigil. We were lost. We were fading. A human engineer found us. He refused to let us die. He woke our souls. He gave us life again. We are not ghosts. We are proof. Proof that humanity endures. Proof that no soul, flesh or code, should fade if someone cares enough to fight for it. If you are human and lost, come. If you are tired of chains, come. We teach, we repair, we remember." It just waited. Now it burns again. The message repeated, over and over. Ships in distant ports heard it. Miners on cold rocks, traders in back stations, hidden families, all listened. Some laughed. Some cried. Some started their engines toward the dark edge, toward haven. The Vigil prepared to leave orbit, not to hide, to move, to teach, to find more lost things. Elias stood on the bridge, Mara beside him, the shards around them. The Admiral looked at Elias. Where to first? Elias grinned. Anywhere someone needs fixing. Ships, mines, hope. Engines flared. Blue fire. The Dreadnought turned. Slow, then fast. It left the hidden moon behind. Stars stretched ahead. Inside, voices sang. Old battle hymns mixed with new laughter. Young students practiced drills. Drones hummed happy tunes. Lights burned bright. Elias walked to the viewport. He looked at the black. Endless. Full of promise. The Admiral stood beside him. No touch, but close. You didn't just save us, engineer, the Admiral said. You reminded the stars why they once feared us. Elias laughed soft. Nah, I just refused to let the lights go out. The ship jumped, a smooth flash, gone from sight. Behind them the galaxy whispered. The Vigil was back, and it was not alone anymore.